some action.
Full 5-on-5?
Excuse me?
Full 5-on-5.
3-on-3.
You and Draymond seemed pissed about last night's performance. Looking over the film, what do you think of it now, and how do you think your team will respond?
I think we'll respond well. I mean, we just didn't execute at key times. Our fans were dying for us to get over the hump. We kept cutting into their lead, getting it to 1 or 2 points, and have a chance to take the lead and take that next step, and we'd give up a transition 3 or turn it over, or we'd run through a lazy offensive sequence, and we don't have that kind of margin for error, this team. So we have to execute better. We have to be sharper defensively, and we got to execute better on offense and be more purposeful. I thought last night we were just scattered, and it cost us because we were playing a team that we had beaten 2 weeks ago in Memphis, and they were ready to roll.
Are you still trying yourself to figure out how hard to ride this young team of yours at times when they're not really performing up there?
I mean, it's tough because it's a long season, and a day like today, we needed work. We needed practice because of the way we played last night, the way we looked. But guys are banged up too, so you try to balance it out, have a good solid practice without wearing anybody down. So it means you do a lot of film and walk through stuff, and then try to limit the amount of time you have on the floor where guys are running and pounding their joints, but you need some of that too. So it's all a balance.
How do you think you would have handled this last night's performance last year versus this year? You went for a long practice the day afterwards. With the veteran group, how do you think you would have handled it versus?
That's an impossible question to answer because we don't know what would have happened. Whether you win or lose sometimes makes the difference in how you approach the next day, or who's healthy, who's not, what you're trying to work on. We saw clear images of what we needed to do, what we didn't do on the film last night. So we watched those pictures this morning and then executed them in practice. We didn't have to do a whole lot of that the last few years, but it was a different team.
But more so about, with practices, are there times, this season where you guys practice now on days where you might not have maybe given them?
Yeah. I mean, the last 5 years we've played 9-month seasons. This is a 7-month season this year, the way things are going. So we've got younger players, a much bigger group of younger players who need the work. So it's a totally different situation.
It has been reported that probably Poole is going to go to the G League. Is this a possibility, and how do you think this might help them in the future?
It's always a possibility. There's nothing set in stone yet. He'll eventually be there. That's a big part of our development process. Santa Cruz has been a big asset for us over the years, and we've had a lot of players go back and forth. So it'll happen for Jordan at some point, and we're starting to get healthier and getting some players back. So I think we'll be able to have more options shortly, and so we'll figure it out. But as of now, there's no plan.
Will Damion be going to Santa Cruz now that you guys have
Damion Lee? Like I said, there's nothing planned yet. So he's been out for a while now. So my thought is he'll be here. He's been practicing the last day or two, and I'd like to see him in action here.
Speaking about the G League, you sent Pat McCall back down there for a little bit. You sent Jordan Bell down there in the past. How have you seen you send a guy down to the G League and helping his confidence coming back up to it?
Well, number one, you just get playing time. I mean, you need to play as a young player for rhythm, for conditioning, for confidence. And number two, it's a good wake-up call a little bit. It's not all charter planes and Four Seasons. You gotta grind through the G League schedule, which is not easy, and that's important for young players to feel too. So it's a good situation for for us and for really the whole league. Pretty much everybody. I think there's maybe 2 teams that don't have their own G League team now, and it's become a very important tool for all of us.
How much did Jacob Evans' experience in the G League help him? I mean, given you got a brief look at him earlier this year, but last year.
But Jacob was in a situation last year where he was never going to play, just with given our roster, given the number of veteran players. So he needed to play, and so it was helpful for him to go down there. And it's you use it as you see fit.
With Jordan, obviously his shooting percentage isn't where he would want it to be. Has shot selection been much of the problem with that, or is it the shots just?
I think it's just in general. Your rookie year is all about figuring out what's going on out there. It's a hard transition to go from college to the pro, but particularly when you're 20 years old, you've only played 2 years of college ball. You're still getting stronger. You're growing. You're maturing. A little easier for a 4-year guy like Eric Paschal or Kai Bowman to come into the NBA. Those 2 extra years are a big difference, and so I think that first year it's about figuring everything out: shot selection, defense, different actions that you have to guard, the speed and strength of your opponent. It's all brand new.
He comes across as someone just brimming with confidence. Jordan does. Have you seen that waver at all during his portion?
Of course, yeah. I mean, when you're missing shots and you're not playing up to your potential, it's frustrating for anybody. So he's done a good job of competing and playing and working hard. He was in this gym last night for an hour after the game, getting his workout in, which is exactly what you have to do. If you don't play in the game, you got to keep getting your work in. And so he's figuring it out, and we're helping him along, and he's going to grow. This is going to be a very productive year for him. We've thrown too much at him too fast, but that's because we had no choice, and so we just have to keep working with him, developing him, and helping him along with the process.
When you talk about helping him along, what do you do about observing the confidence waning to try and build that back up?
The what? The
confidence waning. What do you do specifically to try and build that up?
Chris DeMarco watches tape with him every day, works with him on the floor. Veteran players, Draymond pulls him aside, talks to him. I'll talk to him about other players in similar situations. It's just normal coaching, mentoring, offering anything that can help with the process.
Brooklyn to here, where he was doing some of that or a lot of that early on, and then after the injury, maybe not so much, but if I'm seeing things right.
I think right now he's just trying to find his rhythm. I mean, he's only been back 3 games, I think, since the injury. He missed 8, something like that. And so he hasn't found his rhythm yet, and he will. Anytime you join a new team, it's tough. You have to get used to your new teammates, and in this case, every week is different who your teammates are, just based on the injuries that we've had and the guys who are going in and out of the lineup, and so it's been a tough way to sort of find his way with the group. But with that said, he's really talented, and he's going to find his way, and we'll help him along with different things that we can do on our part.
Does one type of offense further help develop the young guys, as opposed to a pick and roll?
Not really. I mean, I think every player is different, but he's coming from a team where Brooklyn had 3-point shooting everywhere. Even their 5-man would step out and shoot a 3 from the corners, and we don't have a ton of three-point shooting here, so there's not as much space for him. We've also put Draymond in the point guard role in order to best take advantage of Draymond's skill set offensively. And that means he's had D'Angelo is having to learn to play with Draymond, play off the ball. And then, as I said, guys are going in and out of the lineup, so we're throwing different combinations out there all the time. This is a difficult season for a lot of reasons, and it's what our job is to get as comfortable as possible under the circumstances and help individual players along in their own development, and that's what we're trying to do with D'Angelo, and he's going to be fine. He's a great player. He's just had a few tough games since he came back, but he'll be fine. He'll be back.
I think last night you were saying that teams are guarding Pascal tougher now, but I know it's hard for your offense, but is it a true testament to what kind of player he can be?
Yeah, I mean, if the teams are paying that close attention to you and game planning for you, that's flattering. That's a good thing. So I thought Memphis had a good game plan yesterday, and now it's up to Eric and it's up to our coaching staff to help him along in terms of adjusting to how teams are playing.
Did you see Klay bouncing around out there? How is he doing?
Clay's just dying to play. He's in here working, and he feels good. Wants to be out here playing, but it's an ACL, so he's just frustrated that he can't play.
Did you watch the tape of him do color in that Bulls game?
I saw a clip or two. Yeah, I didn't analyze the tape.
You've had Looney on pretty limited minutes since he returned. Is that just how it's going to be for a while?
Well, Loon's got to get his conditioning and his rhythm. This isn't just as simple as he sprained his ankle a couple weeks ago, and I mean he missed a huge chunk of the season. So he's got to find his rhythm and conditioning, and he's got to do it in the context of us trying to win games, and we've got big guys who have been playing well with Willie and Marquise and Omari, so just trying to do a lot of things at once. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much, sir.